Hey, it's about midnight, and I am making sure that I'm gonna be alright tomorrow because my kids go back to school. And I mean, when I say my sleep pattern is off, it's way off. I'm gonna just get straight to the point. Today we took stuff to the Goodwill, and I also let the kids next door come over and choose any toys they wanted. And I, you know, told my kids how alright they have to be about that. They really have to be alright about it. That's the kind of family we're raising. Kids that give, and not because they'll get something, but just because they enjoy giving. And so after a while, they actually started picking the toys out for them. And I mean, my kids don't need anything. And they just really have to be alright with giving. I'm sorry, I'm looking for my brush. Hold on. Okay, can't find my brush. That's not good. Anyways, so that was what we did today. And today I had some revelations. One of my revelations was I am 32 years old, and I still, for those who don't know me, I've always been one to avoid conflict. Now, I don't scare easily. Like, I'm never afraid to have I'm never afraid of the person who's bringing me conflict because, well, I was raised in the hood, and my sister is a pretty bad chick, So it wasn't like, I mean, if you weren't her, then you probably didn't scare me much. But I just saw in my life where I didn't gain from conflict. And so, and I also, probably at about 21 or 22, I was very convicted by God about how cutting my words were. I would get so angry about the fact that somebody was putting me in a situation where I had to fight or argue that I would just say whatever was the meanest thing I could think of. If your mom was a crackhead or, whatever. It would be something that maybe they only told me, and then suddenly they weren't cool with me anymore and they would get mean and my feelings would be hurt. So whatever it was that they told me in confidence, or that I perceived about them myself, it would just come out because I wanted them to hurt how I hurt. So God freed me from that. I have no idea what I'm doing with my hair because I don't have my brush. The brush makes everything better. Anyway, so I have to do this wrap with my comb, which does not make everything better. But the scarf will bring all that back into under control. I'm not doing hair all of January because well, my husband's not here, and nobody's allowed to come to my house and get their hair done. It's just not something that I do. I don't enjoy it. I don't like my kids to be in danger when I'm using chemicals. I don't like to be in any situation where I have to take my kids out of their comfort zone for the sake of, a customer or a client or whatever. So I just rather let them have their home as their home and have their, and then I go out and do hair. I only do personal styling, if you didn't know. So I only do hair at people's houses. And so it's just better for me that way. We just gonna skip all of January. And I probably won't miss much money because most people will probably be recovering from Christmas. So it's neither here nor there. Anyway, so about the conflict thing. I realized, this week that I'm a 32-year-old woman and I still kind of avoid conflict because I don't want to be cutting like I used to be. Um, and I also, uh, you know, I just like being more like Jesus, you know. And so I normally let people say whatever they want, and I probably won't address it. And so that's been my track record. And it's not been because of fear, it's been because of um, maybe I'm not as balanced as I need to be. You know, you do need to stand up for yourself at some point, but I don't. Um, and I normally in a situation I feel like just the bigger person. But when I leave, sometimes I feel like maybe that person would have benefited from me really telling them about themselves. I just haven't done that in a long time, and whatever is normally in my head is meaner than I need to be at that moment. So anyway, I'm learning. I'm learning about myself. I will learn balance and wisdom this year. Hold on. Sorry, scarf. Hair's gotta be right tomorrow. Y'all know how that is. So, so that's what we did. Goodwill today. Gave toys to the kids next door and let them come over, which I tried to avoid. And so starting tomorrow, I'm just gonna be prepping for whatever hot mess I got myself into, which is Friday. I'm giving Essence a sleepover. Not because she deserves one, because she kind of doesn't deserve one, but I had already invited people. I think it's going to be a great ministry tool for January because the moms are invited to breakfast the next day. I don't have to do anything really out of the way except for spend the night with them and then cook for them in the morning. They're going to come all PJ'd up and bathed, and I'm going to already have the menu set at pizza, popcorn, maybe some Rice Krispie treats that night. The next day, they're going to have pancakes, bacon and eggs, and I'm going to have, coffee with the moms. And then everybody's going to leave with a cupcake and a Disney dress with their fingernails and toenails painted. And I'm a super mom. So easy and free. It's free. Like, I don't have to buy a thing. I'm going to buy some balloons so they can have fun popping them and some foil balloons for good pictures. But she's already had 2 parties. So, and I didn't spend much on those either. I just don't do that. That's ridiculous. I'm done talking. This is an 8-minute video, and it shouldn't be. So, 29 days left.